Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. I think 350 Legend is interesting for three reasons. First, it brings a cartridge roughly equivalent to the 3030 to the AR platform. Second, it satisfies hunting requirements in straight wall cartridge hunting states. And this is a big deal because now people can hunt big game like deer in those states. That is awesome. And third, Winchester has brought low-cost ammunition for 350 Legend to the market. So while this might be a specialty AR-15 chambering, specialty ammunition, it doesn't have to carry the specialty price point. And here's what I thought I'd like to cover. First, in this video, we're going to look at the very first factory rifle in 350 Legend. This is the CMMG Resolute 300. It's got its own proprietary magazine design for 350 Legend, first to market. And in future videos, what I want to do is take a look at the actual real-world performance for 350 Legend, and then we're going to talk about reloading as well. So let's get this rifle out of the box. So this box is definitely familiar to me. The rifle comes in protective plastic, which is nice because our 300 series Resolutes come with this nice Cerakote. Now this is the Cerakote burnt bronze. Absolutely love it. Very, very nice. Okay, and then we've got the owner's manual, and then there's some accessories here. Our magazines should be in this side compartment. And then just like with my other Resolute, there's a bottle of EWL Slip 2000, which is great stuff. So, just what we need and nothing else. The magazines, I haven't had this open yet, have this orange follower, and that tells you this is the 350 Legend version. Okay, so I've got two, what looks like 10 round magazines, the Slip 2000, the instruction manual, and of course, the rifle itself. So let's take a quick walkthrough, a run through of the features and specs for this Resolute 300 rifle. So this is the 300 series, and that means it does include the premium Cerakote, and I did get the burnt bronze, which I absolutely love the appearance of. This is something that's unique. It looks really nice with the black, and I love that this is standard for this 300 series. It's got the ripstock as well, which is also standard equipment for the Resolute lineup on the 300 series. It's quick to deploy. It's very compact. It's a solid metal. Gotta love that too. So on the upper, we've got the standard flat top upper design. We've got a 15-inch CMMG M-LOK handguard that's free floated. It's got the SV muzzle brake. It's got a chromoly barrel with 1/16 twist, which should be optimal for 350 Legend. And then moving down to the lower, this time we have a forged lower as opposed to the 6.5 Grendel, which had the billet uppers and lowers. This also has the MOE pistol grip, the MOE trigger guard. Overall, this is a very lightweight rifle. I like the way that it handles so far. I'm really looking forward to shooting with this both prone and offhand. Let's take the upper off of the lower real quick to see what we've got here inside. I should mention as well, this is the Geissele SSA. We already did a review on the SSA when I reviewed the Resolute 300 and 6.5 Grendel. That's the mid-sized platform. Really nice trigger. Found it to break at about 4.2 pounds. Oversized ambidextrous charging handle, and then we've got the bolt. And the bolt here has the same bolt face as 223. Which is nice because if we did want to change this upper to be something like, 5.56 or 223, it would be basically just a barrel swap, and then we would have to use different magazines. And again, that's part of the flexibility of the AR-15 platform, is that you can make it what you want it. You can make it to be optimized for kind of any application that you're working with. So again, very crisp, very nice trigger pull that you'd expect with the Geissele automatics. Next, what I want to do is I want to clean the bore, and then we'll look down the bore with the Lyman bore cam. So I put a few patches down the bore to clean things up. I've got a tipped in carbon fiber 30 cal rod, I've got a 9mm jag, and I've got square cotton patches that are for 27 to 348 cal, and that all worked great. All that in preparation for taking a look down the bore with the Lyman bore cam. We're going to go right in here through the chamber end and take a quick look at what we've got going on in the bore. You can see there, that looks really nice. A little bit of tooling marks. And that can have a lot more to do with what kind of cleaning you're going to need to do than how it's going to shoot. Okay. Take a look at the chamber real quick. There we go. Pretty smooth walls on the chamber. There's the transition to our free bore. And then we can see the start of the rifling. Okay, so now that we've taken a look at the bore, let's put it on the scale and see how much it weighs. So I put the rifle back together, and what I thought we'd do is take a look at the weight of the complete rifle, both with the magazine installed and then without the magazine installed. So with the magazine, we're at 6.35 pounds. And then without the magazine, we are at 6.145 pounds. So that's our weight. Last thing we need to do before we take this to the range is install the scope. So you might recognize this rifle. I recently did a full overview of this CMMG Resolute 300 midsize in 6.5 Grendel. Well, I've been running the ATN X-Sight Pro 4K recently on this, and I just added the quick release base, the scope mount. And this is awesome because there's levers on the side. You just flip the levers, you can take it off in just seconds, and then put it on the other rifle. I'm just going to rotate those levers, and we're going to push forward on the scope while we're tightening them. And then I've got this turned on so that I can check my eye relief. Eye relief looks good. We're just about ready to go out to the range. So here's what we're going to test. I've got two different types of ammo. I've got Winchester's 350 Legend white box. This is 145 grain. And we've also got Deer Season XP 150 grain. This is with the extreme point. So let's go out to the range, use the one-shot zero function that's built into the ATN X-Sight Pro 4K, and see how this rifle is going to do. So the cool thing about one-shot zero on the X-Sight Pro 4K is in one shot or perhaps two, you can get your rifle sighted in and ready to go. You can even store different profiles for different rifles, and that's a great combination with this quick release scope mount. And so I went through some different combinations of rifle components. I installed a Magpul MOE fixed rifle buttstock, and I installed the TriggerTech AR Diamond just to remove as many variables as possible from the 350 Legend equation that we've got here with the Resolute. And I went through some testing with some early lots of Winchester ammo, the white box and the Deer Season XP, and results were a little bit sporadic. I also included Federal's PowerShock 180 grain ammunition. So when I got newer lots of Winchester ammo, things definitely improved. Let me show you a 5-shot group that I shot in real time with Winchester White Box 145. So the group that I just showed you shooting was the best 5-shot group I got out of the new batch of Winchester white box 145 grain ammo at 1.55 inches. I'm happy with that result. I think for what this rifle is intended for, that's great. The Deer Season XP ammunition was a little bit larger in terms of group size, between 2.02 inches on the low side and about 2.5 inches in the testing that I did with that second batch of ammo. The best group for 5 shots at 100 yards that I've shot with this rifle was with the Federal PowerShock 180 ammo, and that was this 1.135 inch 5-shot group. Now that's a really good result. I can't do that consistently. I'm still working on that, but the Federal stuff shoots great. Now, I was talking with my friend Kenny over at Eagle Eye Shooting. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, you should. He considers 350 Legend to be a hand loader's cartridge. He's done some of the early pioneering work on YouTube, sharing results. He's chambered his own rifles. He's done a bunch of hand loading and testing of factory ammunition, and he was able to get fairly consistent, approximate 1 MOA groups with Hornady FTX bullets. So, I'll be comparing my notes with Kenny, and I think in the hand loading section of this series, I think it's going to get really interesting. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Make sure that you're subscribed. But 350 Legend isn't about shooting off of a bench and obsessing about group sizes. This is not a bench rest cartridge. This is for relatively close proximity deer hunting, especially in those straight wall cartridge states. So what I thought I would do is I would change it up a little bit and take some kneeling shots at 100 yards. I have a 10 inch by 10 inch IPSC steel target set up at 100 yards. And I thought if I could take a kneeling shot with this rifle and hit the vitals of a deer, that would be a kind of a great test of its viability for that scenario. So let me show you that testing. So my conclusion is I would be totally comfortable hunting big game like deer with this 350 Legend rifle. This CMMG 300 series Resolute rifle has done great, and I love how customizable the AR platform is. With an A3 style flat top, you can put any optic you want on there, whether it be iron sights or a red dot or a scope like this ATN X-Sight Pro 4K. By the way, there will be a link in the video description if you want to know more about that. And you can throw on a different buttstock. Do you want a fixed buttstock or something like the ripstock that's a little bit more compact and then, you know, ready to deploy at a second's notice? Totally love the idea of this kind of multi-purpose rifle. But what do you think? Do you live in a straight wall cartridge hunting state? Let me know what you think. Are you going to pick up a 350 Legend rifle for plinking and hunting? Let me know what you're going to do and which rifle you're going to do it with. I'd love to hear your feedback on this. And make sure that you're subscribed with notifications, because I'm going to be doing more 350 Legend content, including more hand loading, more ballistic analysis, more testing. I absolutely am having a lot of fun with this. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I've got Ultimate Reloader shirts at the Ultimate Reloader store. I'm on Patreon, and there's going to be a link to the full article in the video description where I'll have more of that information. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.